Hello and welcome to the automotiveflux channel. So today we are getting back into Wreckfest. We're just going to be doing the rookie riot career, I think. Well, we might have time to do other things, but for now we're going to do this. We're a little bit OP with the Nexus RS, so maybe we should... the Firefly is actually better. You know what? We'll go with the minty car again. It's the car I use most often, it seems, in this game, but we've had it down to class C, which is where it is now. We've upped it to class B. It jumps around, so it should be a pretty good race for us. Kind of hoping that we can actually win, though. Some of our previous races we've done pretty terribly, so we'll see how we do here. Now, I am recording this on Tuesday, the 13th, which is the day before Valentine's Day. Hold on. So we got AI difficulty on expert. Now, I think we're okay with everything else. Yeah, that should be good settings. So, like I said, I'm recording this video 2 days early in comparison to when I usually do these videos, and that's just because this week is super busy for me, so just keep that in mind. Anything that I say that is irrelevant now that it's 2 days past, then please keep track. Alright, so the Minty CRX is one of our better cars. It's customized, as you can see. It has a massive bar on the top of it. I think it's still a little too strong, to be honest. Like, one of the things that I have been considering with this game is that they really need to balance out the ability to drop cars down in classes. So, thanks to the new upgrade system, which I'm very thankful for and very happy with, I really like the way it's going. I just wish they'd add drivetrain swaps, please. But you can move cars into different classes. Like, this car starts at a C class, which is where we are now, and it will jump up and also down in class depending on the upgrades that you put on it. And things like these big metal pieces that I have on the sides or on the top, they will they lower PI because they weigh a lot, and they make you slower. But then performance upgrades or an engine swap, for example, would raise your PI. And this car comes with a race engine. It actually has 3 engines. I think the second is in it right now. Ooh. That was actually a really good aerial overtake on that guy. We just crushed his back corner there. So, one of the things with this car is that it has 3 engines. I think that the second tier engine is in it right now. It gives a couple specs. I don't remember which one it is specifically. It's obviously a 4-cylinder, though this car is very small. But they have a race engine, and I think that you might be able to get this car into A class with the race engine, and obviously no things that bring it down, like these big metal pieces. So what I've done with this car is I have put in a lot of performance parts to make it faster, and then I've dropped the PI by putting a lot of extra weight on it. So by doing that, you get a car that is equally as fast as every other car, but it's significantly stronger because it has all these big pieces of protection on it. So what I wonder is, like, some cars are just incredibly fast in their class, and what you can do is you can take an A-class car and drop it down to B-class with these upgrades, and then that makes it like a very fast B-class car, but it also has some, like, beefy support to make sure that it doesn't get damaged as much. So I think that that's probably the strongest strategy in this game currently. I think that they might have to do something about that to just limit that. Like, I don't want to limit it because I really like the ability to raise and lower the PI of cars and put them in different classes, but I think it just needs to be balanced a little bit better. I think that this car, for example, is very strong in C class. It's like right at the tip of what is defined as C class, so it's right up at the top. If I was to put one more upgrade on it or take one of these metal pieces off, then it would be dropped, or it would be raised up into B class. So Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with that and see how they can just modify it to make everything a little bit more fair. Because online, I think that most people will probably be running A-class cars in B-class because they've dropped the PI by adding hefty upgrades. And similarly in C-class, you probably don't want to drive a C-class car. You probably want to get an A-class or a B-class car that is dropped into C-class like I am now. Although not really, because I'm pretty sure this car starts in C-class. So I had it up into B-class, and that was a little dangerous. Anyway, I really like the way that things are going with this game, so can't say too much. That being said, we are currently in 13th. That is really, really bad. Unfortunately, we only have one more lap to catch up. I have not taken this very well here. The first race we wound up in 4th, which is nice, but this one, so far, not so good. We are definitely slower due to my errors than anything else. I'm just making too many mistakes around the track. And the very odd glitch with the sky is still happening. As you may have seen there, we'll just ignore that. Ooh, I'm getting... Ooh. This car behind me, the European car, is bullying me. I have one of those cars, as you saw. That was the first car that I bought in this game when they introduced the buyability of cars. Is that even a word? When they introduced the ability to buy cars, that's the first car I bought, the European one. But I haven't put it... Okay, we're in 6th overall. I haven't put it into the new update yet, like I haven't done any modifications to it. Eventually, we should probably just do a video just modifying cars to see where we can get them. Like, I think that's probably the most interesting part of this game now. It's like Forza. Like, you can swap engines and raise and lower the class of cars to get them into races they really shouldn't be in. That's the kind of thing I like. Interestingly enough, I've been hunting for Forza 4 in the used game shops. Haven't been able to find it. Games like that are just timeless now. Anyway, so let's continue here. I wasn't actually intending to use this car for this series. I was thinking that we'd jump back to the Firefly. But, you know what? Let's just continue with this. I don't think that this is a very long series, so if we have time afterwards, I'm keeping track of that time, then we'll do a little bit of modification. We'll put it back up into B class, and we will mess around with some of the other cars that we have, because I do have a few newer cars to look at. So I can just show you what I mean with the upgrade system, because it's very similar to Forza. Alright, so we're in 5th place right now. That's a little bit more like it for us. We're currently 6th overall in this tournament, which has 4 races. This is the 3rd of 4. So we do have a couple more chances to catch up here, just to get a decent position. I'd love to get like top 3 podium spot, so we can hopefully catapult ourselves up there from 6th. Pretty difficult though, considering we're in 5th right now, and that is not going to line us up for a podium spot. If there's one criticism I have of my current build on this car, it's that I cannot turn as well as I could have back when it was in B class. All this weight is making the cornering significantly more difficult, as the brakes are hot garbage. As you saw there, I went for a really big dive up the inside, and I think I'm gonna have to do that again before this time is done. Our top speed is just insane, but the brakes are really bad. Honestly, I think if I'm gonna continue to run this car as is, we're gonna have to change the engine down to the base version, and then probably put all of our points into like put all of our upgrade time, and not really time but space, put all of our upgrade PI space into handling, because it's just not good right now. We've got a lot of power, but just can't round a corner. Alright, so we did go for that massive cutback earlier, and we have jumped into third. I think that's where we're going to stay for the rest of this lap, because these cars are pulling away quickly in the acceleration zones. Around these corners, like I said, we lose a lot of time, so it's really just this straight where we gain it back, and across the line we go for third place. Not awful. So overall, we are in third, I think. That would make sense. At least I think it would. So one of the reasons that I have this game in Expert is because previously on Normal it wasn't really giving enough of a challenge. Like, I want to have a challenge when I play this game, like with any game. Plus, I'm only level 7, and I don't have access to all the parts that I want at level 7, so I'm just kind of doing these races in order to gain levels and money and be able to buy the cars and the upgrades that I want. So far though, I've really only been playing this game when I need to record, like I am right now. But I think that after this, if Smite is still down, which you might know if you're a Smite player, but if it's still down, then I'll probably want to go ahead and this is not good. Probably want to go ahead and just mess around a little bit. We'll see. Alright, so this is the last race in the series. I think we're up into third in the series, which is just where we want to be, but in this race right now we're in second, which is excellent. We just need to hold it for a couple laps here, which is more difficult than it sounds. One thing that kind of freaks me about this car is that it has no brake lights. It's a weird thing, but I'm just very used to seeing brake lights when braking in this view, just when I play car games. Ooh, this guy has gone out wide here. Give him a bit of a shunt and a huge pit maneuver as he flies off into the distance. I think I heard like a bald eagle screech as he flew across the track and just flew off into the forest there. That was a pretty good overtake. Very suitably, wow, another one. Very suitably destructive for this game, considering it is a Wreckfest. Alright, so we're just gonna have to take it easy, but at the same time, like, really give it all I have here to hold on to first place. If we can get first, we'll probably jump up into second in the tournament, assuming we're in third overall. I think that's what I saw. So we just have to hold on here and do... Whoa! That was an interesting camera perspective. Cutting off the inside of that guy's car. That corner there is a lot tighter than I think it is. I've been going out wide there every lap so far. Alright, we gotta hold it in here. Uh-oh, we're getting cut up on the inside. Like I said, this car is just not good at handling. So, in these straight areas, that's when we gain the speed. But either way, we came in first, so. And we got first in the championship. I'm surprised. And we didn't... Oh, we got another rammer. Should we... You have completed the series. Final position 2. Okay. Well, okay, we got second then. Hey, that's not bad. And we have time to spare, so you know what? Let's go over to our garage here. So it didn't double up on the rammer. As you can see, we currently still have the same rammer that we did before. You can see that we could also run this gremlin in Class C, but I'm going to instead focus on the Nexus RS, and I'll just show you some of the upgrades that I was talking about. They also have tuning. They have a market where you can buy cars, and I thought that you could buy duplicates, but I could be incorrect. Apparently you can't buy duplicates, but okay. Customization is the outside stuff, so they have different bumpers. Weirdly enough, they don't show previews of them until you click them. So here you can see the preview of it there, but then you get a choice to buy. But as you can see, this is either raising or lowering our PI based on how much weight it has over on the left. So PI on the right, weight on the left. but it's also increasing our strength, ruining our cornering and our acceleration as well. Same thing over here. Like you can add bumpers to lower your PI down. Hood spoiler doesn't have one. Roll cage, I put in the heaviest roll cage possible to help lower this down. But if we go back to the normal roll cage, which is none, we jump up into B class, and our acceleration jumps up pretty significantly as well. Let's see what else. Side protector is another one that I put up there. As you can see, we jump pretty high into B class when you take that off. And also there are window bars and splitters and decorations and stuff. So if we go to assembly, you can see the engine and stuff. It's very similar to Forza, as you can see. Like, you get a choice of different styles of ignition, for example, and then you just like, you have a chance to jump back and forth, I guess. So it is the original engine in this car. Actually, no, it's not, sorry. The original engine is the street engine, I'm pretty sure, and then this is the mid-tier engine, and then this is the, yeah, because you see this has 114 horsepower, this is 163, so it's a 1.6 liter, and then we have a big one up here, which is the race engine, which I'm assuming is a generic thing, but it's got 213 horsepower, so that would be an ideal swap for us. We could probably get this car into A-Class with this engine. But as you can see, it takes levels to get up to it. As you can see, I'm only level 7. I should stop saying as you can see. But I'm only level 7. To be able to use this race engine, I have to be level 17. So that's a lot of gameplay to get there. Level 20 for better cooling. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So if we go to... let's go to... which one? So I have a Killer B S, and I have a Killer B as well. I do not know what the difference between those is, but let's go to the Firefly. This is a car that I had in some of the races, but I did work on this car before they were allowing customization, and before they were allowing upgrades and stuff to the extent that they do have them now. So if we have bumpers here. We can take off the front bumper, which is actually, it's weird with the hooks on it, but I think it's kind of interesting. Unfortunately, taking off the bumper does not increase our PI. I was hoping it would. So we can lower it by 2 to gain a little bit of strength with front bumper 1. Which I don't see a difference. Front bumper 2, okay, that's just a piece of steel on the front of the car. What about 3? So as you can see, I should stop saying that, but this is lowering our PI by 10, and this one's lowering it by 11. I like that one a bit. Looks like an ATV almost. Let's go to rear bumper. So rear bumper 4. Oh, okay, that's similar to the ATV style one. Exhaust, hood, roll cage we could go with. What about roll cage 3? Wow, that lowers us by 24 to go to roll cage 3. That is significant, but as you can see, it's a similar bar on the top as the other thing. So yeah, a little bit of stuff there. So let's go to, well, I'm currently there. So it currently has a Race Pro 2-stroke engine, which I'm assuming is the base, because I don't think I ever upgraded it. Yeah, so then we have the option for a sport engine and then a race engine, which I think... So remember these numbers for a second. 208 and 306. That really boosts up... Oh, that throws it straight up into A-Class. Goodness. That is insane acceleration. But 208 and then 306. If we go to the Nexus and then we go to that engine, it's 213 and 236. So it's a different engine. It's just not labeled as such. Alright. So when it comes to money, I'm kind of saving for some of these upper tier cars, and I'm also just trying to figure out what I want to do for an A-class car. As you can see, we don't have anything that is currently like we have the Road Slayer, which is okay, but yeah, that's all we have for A-class, just this Road Slayer here. So we'll see what happens. I think that this car has one of these cars has a lot more customization than some of the others, and I'm forgetting which one it is. And it's not this one. Well, yeah, this is just a really cool car. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy this video. Look forward to when we can finally get into that A-class. We'll get there eventually. And yeah, see you next week.